Hi, we're your hosts. I'm Jeff.
I'm Kate. Welcome to Classic Car TV. Welcome to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I'm here with Mike, who is the owner of this 1932 Ford. Let's talk about the details in it. You're a lover of hot rods,
yes,
first of all.
Yes,
so I can tell you've made some modifications, but also kept some original stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just hop right in and let's talk about it.
Yeah, this has got a blown 302. Yeah, I'm a hot rodder, and I've been doing it my whole life. My dream was to have a 32 Ford, and I've got one, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
Okay, and I see that you've added some additional touches. You know, up at the front we've got the Jag.
Yeah, it's got the front suspension on this car's got a 69 Jag front end. The back end's a 69 Corvette rear end. The car was actually built in 1970. I've been kind of keeping it together to keep it the old nostalgia hot rod look, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
And so when we jump in the interior, we can see how you've modified some of the things, but then kept some original stuff too.
Yeah, it's all, like I say, it's all VDO. It's got anything that could be done to this car back in the 70s, it's been done.
Okay.
I've enjoyed it.
So what's your favorite part of the vehicle?
The body. Owning a 32 Ford.
Yeah.
And it's a real car, it's not a glass car, and I enjoy it.
Okay, well thank you so much for joining us on Classic Car TV.
Anytime.
Stay tuned for more. Hi, welcome to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I'm here with Rod and your 1955 Chevy Bel Air.
Correct.
Okay, I love your car. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Okay, just so all of our viewers know, this car has been in 3 films. It's also been in, I don't even know how many magazines, won awards, been in the newspaper I don't know how many times.
Countless times.
Countless times. And so we want to talk about some of the fine details that you've done. You've fabricated some things, you've restored, you've modified. Start to tell us, give us the lowdown.
On and on and on. First of all, it's the first car I've owned. I bought it when I was 20 years old. I learned how to fabricate going to Weaver State College and learned how to paint and do all my work there. And as time went by, I got better at my hobby. I do all my own work for my own self, and I just enjoy it. It's just a hobby. It's something I got good at, something I enjoy.
So let's go ahead and talk about one of the fine details. You were telling me before we started about one of the fine details with the rims. Do you want to go ahead and share that with our viewers?
As far as what?
Just the differences in what you've done.
Well, the car was, when I bought it originally, it was solid red with no body chrome. I stripped it down to bare metal and refabricated and replaced everything on the car. As time has gone by, I've upgraded from front disc brakes to an upgraded motor, 4-speed transmission, custom interior, custom paint, custom wheels, and the list goes on and on and on. Countless hours and lots of money.
But then also there's a sheer joy and pride in it too.
Oh, by far, yes.
Okay, well thank you so much, Rod, for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you. Stay tuned for more. Hi, welcome to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I'm here with Brent, and we have your 1968 Chevy Corvette.
Yes.
So talk to us about it.
What do you want to know?
What do you love about it?
Just the feel on the road. Mm-hmm. You know, the cornering still has that old style cornering to it. It's low. Has a lot of horsepower.
A lot of horsepower. A lot of speed.
A lot of speed. And it corners real well. Pretty bad on gas, but hey, you know.
But you know what? You got to have a certain car if you want to hug a corner.
That's right.
So let's talk about the engine.
Okay.
Is it the original?
It is an original 68, but it's not the original Corvette.
Got it. You had to retire the other and bring this one on.
This one on. Numbers are right there. Transmission's original. Rear end I just changed out to get a little gear ratio out of it.
Yeah.
But it is original miles, so it's under 100,000 still. And
wow. And you drive this daily?
Not daily, but every day I can.
Okay, so pretty close.
Pretty close.
Dang, and it's in great conditions. And you've had this since 1986?
1986.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, well, it's...
Okay, what's your one most favorite part of it? Because you were working on other cars. What do you love most about this one?
I think just the way it feels when you're sitting in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're low to the ground, but you're not.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. It's just probably because of the way the wheels are, but
yeah.
You have a tendency to feel just as tall as the car next to you, but you're really not. You're pretty low to the ground.
Okay. Well, do you want to show us how it's done?
What's done?
Sit in the car. Show us how it's done.
Oh, sure. Show us how it's done.
Like that? A little different, huh?
There you go. I'm in the car.
And so, as you can see, as soon as you jump in, the first thing I saw, automatic smile.
Yes, because it feels good.
Exactly, just sheer happiness.
Yes, it does. Yep, I could stay in it for a long time.
Well, definitely. Well, Brent, we want to thank you so much for joining us on Classic Car TV.
Well, thank you. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too. Stay tuned for more.
And we found a really neat example. This is something that you don't see very much of on the road anymore. It is a 1968 Jaguar XKE, and we're with the owner, Jim. Jim, tell us about your car.
Hi, this is a 68 OTC, open two-seater. It's considered a Series 1.5. The Series 1 started in 61 and went through early 67. And then they started phasing in some changes. A friend of mine has a Series 1.5. Some people call it 1 1/4, and it's the same as the Series 1, except that his doesn't have glass on the headlights. This is a 68 Series 1.5. It's the first year, full year, that doesn't have glass on the headlights. Has rocker switches on the dash instead of toggle switches.
Was that done for safety?
68 had to meet American U.S. safety standards and emission standards. So it lost the airplane style toggle switches, has rockers, has a collapsing steering column, better locks on the doors. So it lost, the older ones had 3 SU carburetors. And this has 2 Strombergs. It lost 19 horsepower, probably only do 140 instead of 150. It's still a straight 6. And it wasn't until the early 70s that they went to, the cars got longer, with the longer wheelbase for the 2+2, and even the convertible ended up on that, and they ended up putting a 12-cylinder.
Yeah, the V12, right. Yeah. So how long have you had this car?
I've had this one 1.5 years.
Oh wow, so you just got it. So were you looking for an XKE, or did you just stumble into it?
My first wife made me sell my 63 back around 85, and I was always watching for one, and I was down at the Barrett-Jackson auction, saw one go by, and I didn't sign up in time to bid on it, and so I started looking hard, and my wife didn't get all too upset about it, so I started looking, and a few weeks later I actually spotted this on eBay.
Wow.
Back in Scottsdale, and I had a relative I was visiting at Barrett-Jackson, so I had him run over to look at it to see if it really was rust-free and had 25,000 miles. So this car now has 26,000 miles.
Wow.
It's all original except it was repainted. And had new seat covers.
Wow. And so you bought it done, or did you have the work, or did you do the work?
Just like this.
Just like
the paint
this.
was done, and the seat covers are on it. And I've just been doing little stuff on it.
I see you've got 3 windshield wipers.
Right.
Why is that?
Because it's so low and wide. And I remember seeing this in 61 when they, for 62 when they came out in 61. Nowadays they'd have multiple levers and stuff and make it kind of take an articulated wipe. Yes, they just
had to do all 3
small wipers
to make it work. Well, would you open the hood for us? I'd love to see underneath.
Pull a pin on this side, and I'll pull a pin on that side.
Now the whole front end on this tilts, doesn't it?
That's right. As a matter of fact, I have to be careful because the front bumperettes hit the ground. So.
Wow, that is just
The good thing
amazing.
about the 68 is they ended up putting a bigger radiator with dual fans, so So I took a nice run from a British Field Day show with my buddy 67 and ran down to a Ferrari show in southern part of the valley.
Okay.
We got there and the cars looked so neat and everybody ran out to see it, and then his started leaking antifreeze. This one has a bigger radiator and dual fan, so it handles this heat a lot better than the older ones. So.
Have you had a chance to go on many drives with it yet?
Yes.
Where do you go?
First ride, my wife's first ride in an open car.
Okay.
Thought she couldn't handle it, but she just put a big scarf on. Out to Antelope Island.
Yeah.
And then up and through Heber, up past Park City, up through the mountain.
So, but even back in '68, this car was pretty advanced technologically, wasn't it? It's a dual overhead cam motor, right?
Dual overhead cam.
Okay, and when did they go to disc brakes?
From the start.
From the start, so they've always had discs.
Disc brakes, radial tires, inboard brakes in the rear, so they're in, so you have less sprung weight.
Unsprung weight.
Unsprung weight, and a little hard to get to, but it's four-wheel disc brakes. It was, a predecessor to the D-Type that won Le Mans, so it's pretty sophisticated. We have some pretty nice cars that have modern cars with really wide tires. This has little skinny radials, but out of all the cars, I think it tracks better than any of ours. It's just like you're on rail. The original Jag in '61 came out with a 3.8 liter. Which is 263 cubic inches, and used to put out 265 horse, so more horsepower than cubic inches, and would do 150. And that was in '61, '62, and '63. '64, they came out with 4.2 liters, same horsepower, but more torque.
Yes.
But some people still thought the original one was the peppiest, quick responding. And that went up through '67 and '68, same motor, but they lost a little bit because of the carburetors.
But the inline six is still the smoothest engine they've ever built. Well, besides the V12, which is two inline sixes, on the same crank.
But that was more of a Grand Touring car. It was a lot heavier. It was a little less of a sports car.
So this is going to be a lot better balanced, isn't it?
Right.
So have you had a chance to go anywhere fun?
Anytime you go anywhere, it's fun. But
if you're driving it, it's fun, huh?
Mountain cruises and out on the Antelope Island in the middle of the Great Salt Lake.
Well, fabulous. Well, thank you so much for talking to us about your car. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Welcome back to Classic Car TV. I'm here with Shane, and we're going to talk about your 2008 Corvette. Tell us about, first of all, I can see that you've done some aftermarket things on it.
I have.
What have you done?
I've got a cold air intake. I've got done some things to the exhaust. That's basically about it.
And otherwise, you just essentially enjoy it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell us what you love best about it.
Oh, it's just fast. I mean, it's just unbelievably fast. It handles real well.
It hugs curves.
It does.
Very
Extremely well.
That's one of the things I love about Vets, to be honest. So, how do you avoid the speeding tickets?
It's hard. It's really tough.
So you love the speed. You love being in it. Do you get a lot of head turns?
You get a lot of attention, especially a red Corvette. It sticks out like a sore thumb. So yeah, you get a lot of attention whether you want it or not.
Okay. Tell us how fast you've gone.
I've had it up to 122.
Wow.
It's in third gear. I've got 3 gears to go.
That was only in third gear?
I was just merging on the freeway.
Oh, Shane, I think it would be a thrill to drive with you.
Yeah, the car's a hoot.
Well, definitely. We want to thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more. Hi, welcome to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I'm here with Steve Weaver and your beautiful Thunderbird.
Oh, well, thank you.
So tell us what year your Thunderbird is.
It's a 1956 Thunderbird.
Okay, now, how long have you owned this?
I've owned it for 21 years, and it's been an off-frame restoration, and so I've showed it at shows around Ogden for 15 years.
Oh, wow. So what do you enjoy most about your car?
Oh, I just think the looks that it gets from people and that sort of thing.
Well, definitely. So you've essentially restored this.
Yes, I did.
And
from the ground up.
From the ground up. Now, was it just you, or was it a family affair?
It's a family affair. My wife, Sherry, she helped, and my 2 sons.
Oh, that's awesome. So I look at this and I just love how you even have within it, you've got a surfboard.
Yeah, and I kind of play off the Beach Boys, the fun surfing song. So,
Okay.
Till Daddy takes the T-Bird away.
Definitely. And so you definitely live it up and enjoy it in the summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So tell us your favorite part about the car. What do you absolutely love?
I'd say it would be the color. And it's an original Ford buckskin tan, and a lot of people call it peach and whatever, but it's Ford's tan.
Yes,
Pastels.
I love Ford's tan. It's a beautiful color.
Well, great.
Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, well, thank you.
Stay tuned for more. Hi, welcome to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I'm here with Jonathan, and you are the owner of this hearse.
Yes, I am. It's a 1975 Cadillac, Fleetwood, Regal, Superior coach.
So do you love driving this car around?
I do.
What do you love about it?
Well, I want to be a funeral director, and it's always been my dream car. So, figured, what the heck, let's go buy one. Found one on KSL, lady was looking for parts, and I says, well, would you rather just sell it? And she says, no, but I've got a 75 sitting out in the field. And I says, when can I come look at it? She says, whenever you want. I says, okay, I'll be out there in just a minute. She says, $500 and it's yours.
So you got this for $500?
Yep.
All right, well, I know there's a story in the back of the vehicle. Do you want to tell us about that story? About what's actually in the coffin?
Actually, in the coffin is my ex-girlfriend, Mary.
Did you want to share any more?
I mean, it's a prop, but that's what we call it, you know.
The ex-girlfriend Mary.
Yeah.
It's good to know. So that's how you really feel about some people out there.
Yeah. Because the car's name's Mary, so we figure just
that makes sense.
Throw a prop in there and call her Mary.
Well, I was thinking this would be a great car to have in a zombie flick.
Oh yeah.
So is that something we can look for in the future, that this car will be in some zombie flicks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us on Classic Car TV. Stay tuned for more. Hi, welcome back to Classic Car TV. I'm your host, Cate Allen, and I am here and we are showcasing yet another one of your cars. So we've got a Corvette. Talk to us about this Corvette, how you've restored it, all that you've put into it.
Actually, this car is a stock original big block 427 66 Corvette matching 4-speed. It's all matching numbers. The car originated from Southern California. I had the opportunity to purchase it about 25 years ago, and I'm still the second original owner of this car. And it shows 9,400 original miles on the car. When I purchased
That's nothing.
When I purchased it many years ago, it had 1,301.
Wow.
And the price is not discussed.
So let's just say that you use this very cautiously.
Yes.
So
drive it very sparingly. I have several other classic cars, and this is one I bring out occasionally, and just to rotate the air in the tires and just enjoy a ride.
Okay, so I realize you have quite a few classic cars. What do you love about this one in particular?
It's America's sports car, American sports car, 66 Corvette. Yeah, nothing finer.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us again on Classic Car TV.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more.
Thanks for watching tonight's episode.
Join us next week for another great show with Classic Car TV.